Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't rush to get concussed. Now, some heavyweight champion news, right? You know, WBC style, lineal style, right? That's Tyson Fury, baby. Tyson Fury. Now, most of the time, for 3 years, when I talk Tyson Fury, Amir Khan, or Adrian Bruner, right, or Broner, what do I say? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, whatever with those guys. Because for me, you know, they like to be in the middle. You know, attention seekers type of guys, you know. And if I talk about them, normally it's about boxing, period, because, they, you know, it's attention seekers. You know, they're going to do something nuts. You know, and everybody else, oh, man, look what they done. That's what they like. That's not somebody who can walk in a room and just be one of the other people in the room. That ain't going to happen. They got to do something nuts so somebody can say something, right? I used to coach a lot of people like that. Just people have a bad game. I used to coach people in basketball like this. They have a bad game, right? You know, they having a bad game. Now I'm the kind of coach, you don't have a bad game. I don't care. You know, I'm going to give you some love regardless, right? So they'll do something silly to get a technical foul and go nuts on the court because they're having a bad game. Now, they didn't like me much because I would call them out exactly on that. I was like, you don't act that nuts when you're having a good game, now do you? Right? So they didn't like me because I would call them out. So those are the kind of things, right? Just something. Now, Tyson Fury fans, right? You know, I just want to ask you guys, at what point do you feel your man has lost the plot? Now, I ain't going to say, you know, like I would say from a brother from the States, is he lost his damn mind, right? That's what a brother from the States might say. But you guys like to say, has he lost the plot, right? What do you think he lost the plot? Well, I think Tyson Fury fans right now are basically thinking or hoping that he hasn't lost the plot, right? Because right now, his Sunday was used for drinking a whole bottle of whiskey. At least that's what he posted somewhere, big bottle of whiskey. Is he drinking a big bottle of whiskey or not? Who cares? Why post that? Just drink the damn bottle of whiskey and nobody got to hear nothing about it. So, therefore, I would be with people like, maybe he's not drinking a bottle of whiskey because he's probably trying to, it's banter with Anthony Joshua to make him think that he's over there not drinking a bottle of whiskey. Just drink the damn bottle of whiskey and it's none of nobody's business. Can't say that nowadays. But, you know, if you combine that, though, with what he said a few days ago with drinking 12 pints a day, right? And pints are beers, right? Well, beers. About 12 of them a day, right? He was just saying that a few days ago, right? And then if you put, but it's still Tyson Fury. You know, any guy that says he jacked off 6 times a day to prepare for Deontay Wilder in the second fight, he jacked off 6 times a day. You know, so he's always saying some outlandish stuff, right? I mean, when he was busted for getting nandrolone in his system, to say, hey, it was coming from uncastrated wild boar, right? And then the dude he said he was getting the wild boar from came out and said, no, he didn't get wild boar from me because I don't have no damn wild boar, right? At what point does the man lost his plot, lost his damn mind? Now I'm going to give you a contrast. Deontay Wilder said, hey, man, I think this guy is messing with his gloves in the fight against me, right? Now, the Wilder has been said that he has lost his damn mind. His reputation is damaged. He's lost his mind. By saying something that is the exact same scenario that John McDermott had with Tyson Fury maybe 6 to 7 years prior. I mean, the exact same scenario. With the gloves, with the gaining weight from the first fight to the second fight, right? Because McDermott, he weighed a certain amount, but the first fight lost it, right? Basically, but got a draw. No, he won the fight, but most people think John McDermott beat him. And then the second fight, he gained a lot of weight and then did something with the gloves. Paid somebody $5,000 so he can have gloves with a lot less horsehair in them than his opponent. John McDermott wanted to leave that fight. And John McDermott has said this openly, right? So Wilder says, hey, man, I think this was what happened, right? The doctor tells Wilder, somebody will hit you with something that wasn't a damn glove. And he's lost his damn mind by saying that, by someone who has done this before, and not only once. So this is just how it is. This dude is over here saying nut stuff daily, every week at least, right? And, ain't nobody he's lost his damn mind, or he's definitely lost the plot, hasn't he? At what point does he lose the plot? Because Wilder lost the plot by just saying that, right? His plot was lost. So that's how I'm just saying. And I'm going to give this analogy again, one more time. Because a lot of times there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. If you have a daughter, and your daughter was raped by a known rapist, by a known rapist that the police knew was a rapist, and you went with your daughter and she said she got raped by this guy, and they refused to investigate, even though he's known rapist, who are you mad at? You're mad at the rapist for sure. But aren't you mad at those people that won't investigate the known rapist? Right? You probably would, especially when it got to do with your daughter, but that's what I don't like about the planet, because it got to happen to you first for you to feel it. That's why I give that one, because that's a hard-ass analogy, right? That's the point. You're going to be mad not only at the rapist, but the people that won't even investigate a rapist and that done this before several times. That's what this is all about, right? That's what this is all about. So let's just see what is going on with Tyson Fury. It's all about the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight. Tyson Fury just, we know what went down. Tyson Fury is somebody you got to keep busy or else he's going to do something stupid. Just like his boy Billy Joe Saunders, right? And that's why we had, you remember December the 5th last year, he was about to fight Agit Kabayel, right? Because they were saying, hey, man, we got to keep him busy because he might get fat. Because the last picture we saw of Tyson Fury, he was fat already, right? He was fat. We can't keep him focused. You know, so we got to give him a fight. We're going through these allegations, or at that point, litigations with Deontay Wilder. We got to keep him busy in between us. We're going to have, he's going to get fat. He's not, you know, basically, everyone has said, we know the man is damn nuts, right? So, because he's nuts, and we can't put him in a straitjacket, we got to keep the man busy, or else he's going to go nuts, right? And you can't keep him busy. So what's happening is nuts, because he's nuts, you know, and it's not a bad thing. But bottom line is this nuts that he has is the nuts that he needed to go in there and stand right in front of Deontay Wilder and force the issue on Deontay Wilder, knowing that Deontay Wilder has a good right hand because he's felt it twice in the fight before. That's how nuts he is. Now, if he had something in his gloves, if he done something to his gloves, you still got to stand in there with a guy that you know that can knock your butt out with one punch. That's the kind of nuts you're going to have to need. So at the end of the day, you know, hey, it ain't bad for the man's nuts as long as he ain't doing too much stuff illegal, you know, because we know he's done stuff illegal, right? But as long as, you know, he ain't, you know, messing with somebody else's well-being, being illegal, he's going to have to be a little bit nuts to box in the first place. But the point is everybody has to judge him as such and judge others as such. We don't, just because he's nuts doesn't mean we can just let him get away with a whole bunch of stuff and somebody else does a little itty bitty thing and then that we go and we're outraged. You understand? Give you an example, Trump, Obama. Obama wore a tan suit, a beige suit one time. That was in the news a week, right? About a beige suit. In contrast to Trump doing something when he wakes up in the morning. There's at least 2 tweets worse than the president wearing a beige suit, right? Stuff like that. So we just got to call it fair and down the line. I don't really give a damn what's going on with Tyson Fury, right? I don't even really care if Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fights. What I care is about the justice that's supposed to happen between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Once we get that settled, then we can move on. I am just simply not a move on guy, right? You don't move on from injustices because that's what everyone does. They do something, people storm the damn Capitol, right? And now we're supposed to be looking for a reconciliation and trying to be together and stuff. No, you guys are trampling on the Constitution, the rule of law. We pay for that first. And after everybody pays their debt to society and understand and have remorse for what you've done and understand that it was wrong, then we move on. Not just, oh, we did that, man, sorry about that. Can we move on? No, because that's not how it works. No matter what color you are. That's not how it works. If it's wrong, you got to pay. That's what's happening. So let's see what's up with Tyson Fury. I just don't really know if he drank some whiskey or drinking beer or what. Actually, you know, it's just really none of nobody's damn business because bottom line is Tyson Fury can fight. Okay? Tyson Fury can fight. If he's drinking beer right now or drinking whiskey right now, that don't matter. I know guys that can hoop, messed up, right? Hoop, throw down, messed up. Right, Tyson Fury, he can box. He can really, really, really box. And whatever he's doing now, I don't really care, because when it comes time to fight, you're gonna have to beat this man first. Because remember another thing about Tyson Fury. Another thing, he's 6'9", 270, right? When he want to be, and 6'9", 250 something when he's totally top fit. That's a big man to beat. Which brings me to one more point, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, right? Answer this question. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder just switched the size. That's it. Right? Deontay Wilder's all of a sudden 6'9", 270, and your boy's 6'7", right? Tyson Fury 6'7", 212. Who you got in that fight? Answer that one for me too. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.